Derivative Jill.
There she is. There she is.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind, a journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. Hello and welcome to Indefinite Lunch in Infinite Combinations, number 176, where we are exploring all of the Twilight Zone. Today we're taking a closer look at the season 3 episodes, Kick the Can and A Piano in the House. And speaking of in the house, we have a special guest who is appearing on this channel for the very first time. And he is of the Wayfarer Project. Hello, Wayfarer.
Hello, Jill. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, really glad to see you. I went on his channel to talk about the wonderful classic
UFO.
British, the British sci-fi series UFO. Yeah. UFO. I just
Yeah, you put on your purple hair
it's
wig that night.
I did, and it's so strange. It's so strange to say UFO without actually talking about the TV show itself. It's natural when I talk about it, but otherwise I do say UFO. The whole UFO thing, it really never caught out, did it? But it was
Well,
so
they
fun.
have their own parlance for a lot of things. Like in each episode, you hear something, it's like, oh, I guess that means this, because the shadow organization itself
Mhm.
seems to have its own vocabulary for things, which is
Oh, they
kind of
do,
cool.
yes. It is pretty cool. It is a great series, and it was fun being on the channel. I do wanna get into Babylon 5. I know you're doing that too, but that's for another day. I wanna say hello to the chat here. Kimberly Ann Hart's here, even though it says David there. Gavin Blackburn is here too,
Gavin!
FKHC. Yeah, you know Gavin. Also FKHC 2005. Kick the can? More like kick the bucket. Oh, interesting. And then also we've got oh yeah, he's off work today, so I'm glad you're here. And yes, I do. Well, I normally we are talking about aging in this episode, so it is true. I am turning 40. So,
Wow, you're lucky.
yeah, I know that's yeah, but
I'm still seeing
FKHC is
50 in the
telling
rear view mirror.
but FKHC is saying it's all downhill from here, and I'm like, oh
No, you
no.
still have time. The late 40s is when it started hitting me.
Hmm. But Phantom Outsider says he's rather old that and he doesn't have too much issues except for a bit of arthritis and
Oh, yeah.
stomach
My
issues.
issues are small compared to a lot of people, so I shouldn't complain. But any case, we can all play kick the can, and that should fix everything.
Yes, right. Running through the sprinklers might be fun, but it doesn't have the
Mm.
same magic.
Don't need to be wet.
Yes. Yes, and I can understand if people are going to talk about their afflictions because that is exactly what this episode's about.
Well, we gotta talk about the positive angle, and I don't know that any of us has given it a try yet. So, yeah, when we review the episode, we got to think about doing that afterwards.
Mhm. And TZ61 is here, otherwise known as the glove cleaner. Remember that? That glove cleaner potion. It's a murder weapon, but you've got the potion. It's from another episode, and it's a pretty creepy kind of potion. You got to be sure you're going to use it on your victim. And if you're not sure, it's not gonna
Certainty is a plus.
work. Gorillas Random Thoughts is here. Hello, and Kapla. And so,
The
yeah, so then we
Klingon
can get started.
gorilla.
Yeah, Klingon gorilla. Indeed, that's exactly what he is. Here's our episode for today. Kick the can.
One of the two.
One of two. Yes, there are two episodes. This one first aired on February 9th, 1962. It was written by George Clayton Johnson, and this is actually his final script contribution,
Mm.
which is unfortunate. I love his scripts, but when he talks behind the scenes, he talks too much.
Oh.
Like, but he's great. He's great at the scripts, and this is one of the most popular episodes. These are among the popular Twilight Zone episodes.
Well, all of us have some things we said that we'd like to have back.
Mm. Yeah, nostalgia, basically. And we're here at a retirement home. Sunnyvale Rest is what it's called, on 478 Tranquility Lane.
Chose the
And so
street just right.
we cut to everybody, I for lack of a better word, I guess, hanging out at the retirement home. They're not really doing anything. They're just sitting there. They're not even doing a crossword or puzzles or anything. They're just
Yeah, they
thinking
wanted to
about their
drive that point
existence.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, this one lady, she's staring at this fireplace, and I wonder if she's thinking, should I light it? I don't know what she's
Yeah, if you
doing
run
there
through the
for.
sprinklers, you might need to dry off.
Yeah, they're just the most popular thing to do at this place is nothing. Yes, they are driving that point home, I guess. That everybody's just stopped.
Yep.
And Charles, however, has a briefcase, and he seems to be making a break for it, but but nobody seems to really mind that he's leaving.
No,
They're
at
just
first, I was glad to hear. Well, unfortunately, it went bad at later, but I was glad to hear. Oh, my son's here, so I'm heading out because you get this sensation that they're almost like in in a place where you can't really leave unless you have permission.
That's what
And
I was suspecting. Yeah, exactly. That's the way it feels, but apparently he has a little more freedom than that. He can just leave without even signing any paperwork or anything like that.
yeah, but Mr. Cox, might pay attention to that. So you get the feeling that at this time of life, they think that you should be limited in your freedoms. And, they don't believe in that idea that, hey, after a well lived life for so many years, perhaps you deserve a few more freedoms that you couldn't have when you were working in the system and doing your job as a good citizen and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't see the point, yeah, of locking down the elderly when they wanna do stuff, let them do some stuff. But then
Yeah.
I guess there's the liability of the children who put their parents and expect them to be taken care of. And so
That,
there's kind of a reversal there of treating old people like children.
yeah. Well, and then there's the concept of perhaps having dementia, and they really watch out for that because a lot of localities do have laws where they can pretty much snatch you up and put you in a government home if you're found to not be of sound mind when you're out and about. So it's a very tricky thing.
That is actually a subject in this episode where the protagonist here is almost, sent to isolation because he's
Hmm.
deemed to be senile just without even a doctor's examination. Just, "Yep, you've got problems."
Well, if you're not a danger to others, I think that should be an important consideration.
I think so too. And right now he's trying to say goodbye to all his friends, although they're
Mhm.
not really responding to him, except for this lady. She at least smiles at him. Everyone else is like, yeah, whatever, old guy.
You get the sense he's done it before.
Yes. Yes, they think a car isn't even going to show up, but so they are surprised to actually see the car show up. And his son is really here, so you think for a moment that he's actually going to get out of there. But
Yeah, I was surprised to see his son. I
yeah, yeah, me too. And
was
then
like, "Wait a
across the
minute,
street,
is he
you
making
got
that up?"
yeah, right, exactly. Exactly. And then he just does this every day or something like that. I thought might happen. But across the street, kids are playing kick the can, and the son has parked the car. So that seemed weird to me. Like, what's going on here? So apparently, this is his real life son. This
Mhm.
is
Wow.
Barry Trooks, Ernest Trooks' real life son. Yeah. So
Yeah, I can kinda
that's
see a
fun.
resemblance.
And Ernest himself, he's being born in the 1800s. That's the coolest thing of watching the Twilight Zone is you see a lot of people who were born in the 1800s.
Yeah. I
And
grew up my, grandmother was born in the 1890s.
wow. Yeah, a lot of the people in this episode were born in the 1890s. Or the 1880s, I think, in his case.
Hmm. Wow,
And
but yeah. No, go ahead.
apparently his name is Charles, and it turns out he was wrong. His son only agreed to come and talk to his dad about leaving, but not actually take him anywhere.
Yeah, it gives you the impression that, it was leaving as in going back home, like moving more so than, just being out for the day. 'Cause it
Well,
seemed like,
but this guy didn't even do that. He didn't take him out to eat
"Oh,
or, like,
no.
take him to the park or something.
No, we're gonna park for 5 minutes."
Yeah, yeah,
During which
I'm
I
just
say
here
no.
during which I crush all of your dreams and then just leave you on the doorstep and don't even, come inside and, you know, check on your accommodations or anything.
Yeah,
He just
it's
leaves.
really sad.
"Get out of my car, dad." It is. It's pretty sad. It's a sad thing.
Yeah, and he doesn't even look at him when he's talking to him. If it
Yeah.
was this day and age, he'd probably be staring at a cell phone. I don't know what he's doing, but during the conversation, he doesn't even look at him too much.
And, Larry is here. Hello, Larry. Bert Mustin in everything through the 1970s. Gus the fireman in Leave It to Beaver. And I always have my list here so I can know what you guys are talking about. Carlson, he plays Carlson in this episode, one of the residents. Thank you so much, Larry. I always like all of that trivia.
You do have a knowledgeable chat.
I do. Look at this. So I have not seen the Twilight Zone movie. So in the remake, the same thing happens every week. He thinks his son will take him away, but every week he says sorry, can't for reasons. Oh, so in the remake, they actually make him senile. That's
Mm,
because the son is ashamed that he isn't taking care of his dad and dumped him in a home. He is ashamed. Oh, I guess so. But still,
I
you
think
can do that.
I think
Spend
in
some
this
time with him.
version, it does convey that idea a little bit, as a mystery. Like, you get the impression, is he in his right mind? I don't know, and I like that mystery where you're not
Yeah.
quite sure. And as the evidence seems to stack up that he might be going senile, um, it just increases the tension that much more. But they deliver it very well here, where the son, you could plainly see he's just not interested, and it looks like he's at the point where he's just ready to leave his father just in a home and just do the bare minimum as far as being a son is
Yeah.
concerned.
so he can carry on with his life and his nuclear family. And so yeah, he doesn't get to talk to his dad for very long, so and he just waves goodbye to his son,
Yeah.
and he notices the kids playing kick the can, and he starts to have some nostalgia.
You know the
And
rules for Kick the Can? I don't think
I
I've ever
don't
played it.
I never played kick the can. Apparently you can become it. No, I don't. I guess let's see. A discarded empty can. Well, yes, I need that part. You need a can. Thanks.
Yeah, a full unopened can of tomatoes.
So it says
That could hurt.
so either a person or a team are called it, and then they put um, a can down, and the others run off and hide, or the person who's it covers their eyes to count. Hmm.
Hmm. Sounds like a combination. I don't know. It's like
I don't
soccer
know
with a
either.
can and hide and seek at the same time. I don't-
Yeah, something like that. The person who's it must return the can to its starting place before it can continue to play.
Well, I think the reason why they chose this game is
Interesting.
because of the name, and it kind of creates an interesting parallel with Kick the Bucket.
Yes, I think Phantom Outsider. No, FKHC said that. He sent
Hmm.
that to me earlier. Kick the bucket. Hey, hello to Eclectic Goat. No, I do not know the rules to kick the can. I should have done that. That would have been a great idea. Yeah, I never played it myself as a kid. In the movie, every week the guy has a packed bag, and every week he's got a bag. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Ah, that's so messed up, but it makes sense.
Yeah, especially if people just sit there and stare at fireplaces.
Yeah, right. I'd be itching to get out every week too. And the kid's asking for the can back, but he's gonna keep it. He is stealing this can.
Probably not allowed to have a can in that home.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are exactly, but we get the opening narration. Sunnyvale Rest, a home for the aged, a dying place, and a common children's game called Kick the Can that will shortly become a refuge for a man who knows he will die in this world if he doesn't escape into the Twilight Zone.
Ooh, transcendence.
Yeah, so we continue to see the kids playing after that, and they form a pile of on each other.
It's also part rugby.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I guess so. I guess somebody got the can. I don't really understand.
No, but yeah, he definitely sees the allure and feels the nostalgia. Yeah, just the freedom
Mhm.
to run around.
Yes. Yes, he understands the children, but
But
his friend Ben does not understand the children.
well, Ben, you get I mean, he's the foil here and presenting the opposite point of view. It's like you're old, just like me. We're both old and we don't do that anymore. You need to rest. He
Yes.
asks him to sit down.
Yeah,
It's
sit
like,
down. It's time to rest, yes.
well, if you
Ben
don't need
wonders
the rest,
yeah. He wonders in he's not so nostalgic and he's annoyed at the children playing outside. He's the get off my lawn kind of type
hmm
here. And then he's like, "Oh, the noise, all the noise, noise, noise." And so I don't know. Like Grinch. So
Yeah.
Ben was played by Russell Collins. Another 1897, possibly citation needed. Okay, wow, we don't even know for sure.
Oh.
But of course, both of these actors did a ton of theater before
Mm-hmm.
they ever
Oh,
before
you
they
could
ever
see they were
actually.
very skilled.
Yes.
I mean, you just totally believe them.
Ben is an angry old man. Yes, indeed. Another Tuesday, another Twilight Zone. Yes, that is correct. Hello to Greek letters Larson. He's the curmudgeon of the group. True story. Ah, Tony's here. Hello. Ah, kick the can. You know the rules to kick the can, Tony? I don't. I never played it.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out.
Mhm. Oh, your grandparents were born in 1898. Wow. 99. Incredible. So Charles responds, "Hey, the kids aren't hurting anybody," but Ben says that old people need their rest and they can play somewhere else. They've got playgrounds, they can go home. But Charles says, "Oh, well, they're attracted to the grass. The grass draws them in." And Ben knows that Charles must be feeling bad about how his son just left him there. And this is kind of a mean thing to say. He said that what does he say? Has your son abandoned you or something like that?
Yep.
Uh, mm,
But it's
Yeah.
almost like he's saying, get used to it. That oh, or my cat knocked something down.
Oh, oh, of course.
Don't worry
Well,
about that. But
cats
anyway,
always want to be the center of attention.
yeah. Well, I mean, he seems to be like saying, resign yourself to it. This is the way of things. You know, your kids are just going to abandon you. They already have. That's it. Just deal with it. Rest.
Yeah. However, Charles is more understanding of his family, he understands that they have a baby on the way and they have a small house. So what was he even thinking trying to go there?
Mhm.
But he also reminds Ben they used to play kick the can too.
Yep.
And he says, "Well, you can't stop kids from playing kick the can. It's like statues and hide and seek. It's in their blood.
Hmm.
And it's a special summer ritual. Did you ever stop to think of it? All those kids playing games. And the minute they stop, they begin to grow old." And I do have some videos. Let me see if you drop out, I'm not kicking you out. It's StreamYard. Okay, you didn't drop out, just my slides did.
Okay.
Okay, great. Nice. And then my screen's muted so I can play our first video.
All kids play those games, and the minute they stop, they begin to grow old.
Mhm.
Well, you have to grow old, but you don't have to grow up.
Well, it's a matter of semantics. Yeah, it's growing up and growing old. It's
Mhm.
like, yeah, you have to grow up, but you don't. Well, I guess it depends on what you call by old. Yeah.
Exactly.
At least
Well,
the mindset can still be open and realize the importance of enjoyment, playing together or enjoying time with friends. You know,
yes, even if you become physically limited, you can limited. What limited is not a word. But
should be one.
yeah, even if you're limited, you can still do stuff. You can still like in later in the episode it says we can still move.
Yep.
So Tony says, "Kick the can" is a hide and seek variant. The person who finds it finds another player. They race to kick the can, which is perfectly placed in the center of the bounds of play.
Yeah.
If it kicks the can first, when he finds a hidden player, the caught hider goes to jail. Oh, that's fun. Okay, that's why the kids are in the bushes. I was wondering about that part.
I thought it
Any
was one
other
of the
player
residents of the rest home.
Any other player can sneak to jail to free the captured players. Okay, that does sound like fun. Thank you, Tony. I knew I could count on you. I don't know why I knew that you would know that. Those tin cans will last longer than current aluminum cans. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. One thing for sure, they don't make tin cans like they used to.
Now, I'm
Or
just
shoes
wondering.
isn't too physical. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess that's the hindrance. If it was a ball, it'd be easier for the player to manage and find the hidden players. But with a can, you're kind of like you got an obstacle there.
So you said you were wondering about something?
No, I'm not really wondering.
Okay, good.
I guess, no, maybe it's just the way I said it, but I think that's probably it because if you
Mhm,
use the ball, it'd be much easier to go around and find the hidden players. But if you're using a can, it's hard to manage. So
mhm.
it
Makes
slows the
sense.
person who's it down.
Ooh, Phantom Outsider's grandfather was allegedly born in 1899, but we found out that he fought against the Spanish
Hmm.
fought in the
Spanish
Spanish War
American War.
from 1896 to 1898, and he decided a few okay. So if he was 10 in 1896, he might have been born in 1885. Wow. If two kids are hiding in the bushes, they don't play, oh, well, I think I know where you're going with that Greek letter, so I'm
Let's
gonna
spin the
leave that
bottle.
one to you. Yeah, I think that one's for a little bit older kids.
Hmm.
That's the next game. That once they stop playing kick the can, they'll find the bottles. So Ben and Charles have known each other since they were children. So Charles knows that Ben used to believe in magic. He used to put his teeth under his pillow for the tooth fairy, for example.
Hmm.
And Charles is starting to believe in magic that can keep you young. So maybe they are people who stay young. Maybe they know
Hmm.
a secret they keep from the rest of us.
Maybe the fountain of youth isn't a fountain at all. Maybe it's a way of looking at things.
Hmm. One can hope.
Yes. But all of this sounds insane to Ben. And so he tattletales on Charles to the superintendent of the nursing home,
Oh,
Mr. Cox.
it's just so easier to go with the status quo and what the people say and just like not believe in, I don't know, potential loopholes in the system, magic loopholes. It's easier to just go along with that.
Yeah, right. And according to Ben, Charles sounds crazy, and that is not of the norm. He's too eccentric. And his idea is too wild because it is kind of weird to think that, oh well, it's all just a state of mind, and we're if
Yeah.
I can become young again if I just play. Does sound kind of wild,
But it's a
but
move of vulnerability because whenever you put your hopes out there or any kind of belief in magic or things that go against the mainstream, I mean, you are kind of putting your heart on the line. So, you
mm,
know,
yes.
but
Yes, and
here,
Ben thinks it's worth it to tell Mr. Cox about it,
yeah,
and
why is it so important? Let
no,
Mr. Whitley just believe what he believes.
right, like he says himself of the children, who is it hurting? It's not hurting anybody for Charles to believe in magic, even if it wasn't real in this episode.
Misery loves company.
I suppose so, and so Mr. Cox takes this as Charles becoming senile. And he talks about a patient who almost lit some fireworks. And so this is important to mention because many of my favorite stories have setups and payoffs and callbacks. And this is my favorite callback of the episode, which we'll see a little bit later.
Mm.
But anyway, this whole thing is like all happiness needs to be quelled. You're old, time to stop playing. And this is This is how Mr. Cox feels about the elderly.
Well, he
Ben agrees.
also he's ready to put himself forward because he mentions that he's in his 40s and that he's getting older too. And he's like, he admits that, I'm not any special case. I'm in the same situation. I'm heading the same direction. You know, it's
Yes.
almost like I said, almost misery loves company. And it's like, don't dream, don't hope for anything special. This is the way it goes. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, like this is the natural
Mhm.
uh,
I guess it kinda
progression.
is, but you're in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know he's in the nobody who's in the Twilight Zone is aware that they're in the Twilight Zone. But Mr. Cox is played by John Marley, who you might know from The Godfather. He was the one who got the horse
Ah.
head in his bed.
Oh,
And I'm sure he did a
alright.
lot of other cool stuff. Definitely. But that's the one I'm gonna mention today. Let's see
Yeah,
what the chat
that's the
says.
memorable one.
Mm. Sorry I'm late today. My sleep is an absolute cluster. My sleep is always messed up. Link
Mhm.
posted to Twitter and Facebook. Share and share like everyone. Oh, thank you so much, Goat. That means a lot to me. And we've oh. Oh, he says that his grandfather was upset that kids would treat yo-yos as toys since it was a range weapon and a steel yo-yo with a steel cable you had to get up close. Oh wow, I had never seen a yo-yo used
Ranged
as a
weapon.
weapon. Oh, there needs to be a movie where that happens.
I think there might have been. There's some vague memory that I can't quite access.
Hmm, I'm gonna have to look that up later.
A ranged weapon.
I think you've
Well,
mentioned it before, but I'm paying attention to it now.
yeah, I'm sure there's, this day and age, there probably are yo-yo licenses that you have to apply for.
It's a scene in The Substitute. Where are you talking about the yo-yos? A yo-yo used as a weapon? Yeah, I gotta see that. Because it is just a toy to me. I never think of it as a weapon.
Well, if you put some spikes around the edge,
Oh yeah.
like a morning star yo-yo.
Oh man, that needs to be a weapon in Fallout. It so Charles, after this, he's really excited. He's full of energy and everything. And oh hey, Brogu's gotta go. Bye, Jill. Enjoy your stream and the rest of your week. You too, Brogu. I hope all goes swimmingly for you. So Charles is got a lot of energy, stamina, and he's trying to ask them, what's keeping you sedentary, basically. And he remembers when they used to play and jump rope and run through the sprinklers. He's trying to incite some
Mhm.
fullness in his friends.
And there we go.
And then he sees the sprinklers, and everybody is shocked that he
Yeah.
wants to run through them.
Let him drown himself, one guy said.
He did. He did say that. Let's see it. I had to have some of this.
You
Yeah,
know,
that
gets the impression it must be summer.
yeah, he's delighted. He's full of joy. But joy again, once again, must be quelled. Uh, they have to, Mr. Cox has to break up this fun. He's having too much fun.
Well, you can't have him dripping all over the rest home.
Right, right. So he has to go to bed, and not just that. This is proof to Mr. Cox, without any sort of official diagnosis, that it's time to isolate Charles because he must be senile.
Ugh.
That's a jumping to that conclusion so instantly. Sounds like a thing that might have happened back then. I just at least now you
Maybe.
would have to get a real diagnosis.
One TV series that was great on all these, shall we say, issues with aging and the way the young take care of the elderly or do not, as it may be, is a British TV series called Waiting for God. Starred Stephanie Cole and Graham Crowden. Graham Crowden also played the Nymon in Doctor Who, The Horns of the Nymon, a Tom Baker episode.
Mhm.
It's a great series if anyone gets a chance to check it out. It's called Waiting for God.
Waiting for God. Yeah, I should try that. Yeah, that's an important issue.
It was on PBS like in the 90s when I was in college,
Mm,
and so it was cool.
yeah. Well, in this case, he is not being treated very well just for wanting to have a little fun in the sprinkler. She's must be isolated. And of course, Ben is upset at this because he knows that Charles would not survive isolation. So at least he does have a heart for his friend. I do like that
Yeah,
they
he said
include that.
that'll kill him.
Yeah, Ben pleads with Charles to behave normally so he isn't put away.
Should
Crush
be
the
fomenting
joy.
revolution.
Yeah, I know. No, he cares about his friend, but he's not very good at being a revolutionary. No, he isn't. Run through the sprinkler, not around it. Well, one step at a time, Larry. Maybe he couldn't jump over it.
It's a sprinkler. You get it all over you anyway.
Hmm. At least take off your leather shoes, otherwise you look crazy.
Well, you can't take them with you. It's that spirit of just abandonment. It just running out there with his fully dressed and everything just kind of like emphasizes that spirit,
True. Like jumping
breaking the
into the pool
rules.
with your clothes on. Waiting for God was great, says Gavin. Oh, he likes it. And so does the eclectic goat.
Hmm. Tom and Diana were the two main characters.
Mhm. The retirement home head is supposed to be in his 40s. Damn, my husband is in his 50s and has aged much better. I thought about mentioning that,
Yeah,
so I'm glad you mentioned it.
Mr. Cox does look a little older. I mean, I don't know. It may be just a thing of casting, or I don't know.
Yeah, he's supposed to be 43. He does not look 43 to me either. I'm about to be 40. I definitely don't look like that
Well, maybe
either.
it was a point, just saying that with his mindset, he's aging faster.
Oh, that's a good point.
I
That's
guess
great.
in any event, whoever they cast, they wanted to be somebody that, had that stern demeanor, and, that's going to look a little bit older for anybody. Sometimes just the
Mhm.
expression on your face, will
That's true.
make you
Yeah.
seem more aged than you are.
So it's the middle of the night, and Charles wakes up and he's waking everybody up except for Ben.
What's that stuff on the nightstand there?
Wait, I don't know. Let me see. I didn't really look at it. Oh, it looks like a ashtray, but then there's
All
all
these
these
bottles of
bottles.
stuff,
I guess some kind of medicine and pills. Uh,
treatments. Surprised there isn't Vicks Vapo Rub there.
yeah, I can't really tell exactly what kind of stuff is in those bottles. That's a good question. See, did I miss any of my videos? Oh no, not yet. We're coming up on one. And so he's waking it. This takes a little time. I think yes, because there are several people in this next scene. We're coming up on the meat of the episode, the best part of the episode.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
it's
gets together.
interesting. It's almost like go to your room. It's like your problem is he's thinking, too much like a kid, but you treat him like a kid. You've been bad. Go to your room.
Yes, and I think that's why he does this in the middle of the night. The threat of being isolated. He's got to make a move, and this is his move. Wake everybody up and play a game of kick the can. And he's trying to make everybody remember. He says, maybe you have to be a little crazy to make the magic work.
Maybe you gotta be a little crazy to make the magic work.
And he's reminding everybody of what it was like to be a kid, and some of them are talking about the past.
You know something? I was the fastest runner on our block. Yeah, whenever we played kick the can, I was never it.
I love the delivery there because it felt like he was 8 years old in that.
So I guess it's more than just finding you while you're hiding. They probably have to tag you or something. Because he was able to just run away.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Look how I've changed.
And yeah, for a second he was 8 years old, and then he went back to 70 plus in that scene, just in an instant.
And the faces on the other people are.
I might keep this video because it seems usable.
I remember.
Yeah, every
I
time
just
you
like-
forget something.
I just feel like I could use that maybe. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, we can't run fast or far, but, well, we can move, and there are trees and bushes.
Maybe if the hunted are handicapped, so is the hunter.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, they're playing with each other, so that works. You know, they're in
does.
the
They're-
over 60s division.
Exactly. They all have the same physical limitations, so it does make sense they could play together. Lamont Johnson. So Lamont Johnson remembers the experience of working with these actors. He says, I'm reading from Mark Scott Zicree's The Twilight Zone Companion. I find old people, if they're turned on, to have a curious kind of wonderful daring and madness and commitment. Because they say, why the hell not? What have I got to lose? Middle-aged and younger actors are far more uptight. They really had such fun. It was such joy to them to be released into a kind of fanciful thing. And so, of course, he thinks playing children's games is the secret to youth.
There's hope for video gamers.
Right?
Well, we can't run fast or far, but, well, we can move, and there are trees and bushes. Children's games? Yes, that's the secret. Don't you see? The secret of youth.
Wow.
Feel. Here, hold it. Doesn't that wake some sleeping part of you?
Yes, he has them hold the can as if that'll give them the same revelation that he's got.
Sensory memory.
Yes.
Wake up! Oh, this is your last chance. I can't play kick the can alone.
So this is the next part of his plan. Now that he's got everybody on his side, everybody agrees to play. So now he finally goes for Ben. Because Ben was his best friend and he just wants him to join in.
Yes, you, Ben. We've always done everything together. Let's not stop now.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, Ben's a
but-
hard case, though.
Yeah. And of course, Ben doesn't want to do that. Let's see, where am I? In my slides.
You're afraid of a new idea. You're afraid to look silly. You're afraid to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Your bones are old, and they'll break if you try to run with them. Your heart is old, and your lungs are old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When my boy was born, that was magic. Friendship is a magic thing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He's talking about those things in life that, when you think about them, really are magical. You know, the birth of children. And then he's talking about friendship there. I think there was one other thing he mentioned. It might have been, yeah, his wife.
Yes. The
Every
first
day he
kiss.
spent with Mary. Mary was her name.
That was magic. Yeah, life is a miracle. It's magic. Definitely. And so he wants to bring that magic back into his life.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
But
moment, and the music was very good there.
yes. But Ben is not falling for it. He refuses. So Charles is going to do it without him. The only problem. Yeah. Did you have something?
I was just going to say, poor Ben.
Yeah.
He missed the train.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He does not get on board. Phantom Outsider says, I know I'm 59 and I still get carded if I want to get NyQuil. I don't drink and I go to the same places for lottery, so they know me. But I was carded the first time there also. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Nowadays, there's like requirements that they have to card everybody in some situations. I remember, kind of laughing about it at a store, and the attendant said, yeah, I felt bad the other day because the guy had a cane and everything. I had to send him back out to his car to get his ID.
Oh man, that is pretty bad. Well, I think
Like,
they and some places have raised the carding age from if you look under 30 to if you look under 40, so that makes it even more difficult.
some of them just say everybody. That's it.
Wow. Yeah,
And then
that
the
is.
thing that really kind of makes you wonder is like, then you see them hold your ID and then they type the number in. It's like, what do you need that
Mhm.
for?
Interesting. Glove Cleaner says, "This reminds me, I've got to take a look at my Medicare booklet I just got."
Hmm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
should be a
sorry to remind
long
you of that.
read.
Oh, man. The actors really could deliver with their facial expressions. Yeah, definitely. That's why I like to get videos. I don't get it for the second episode, but this one, I had the chance. Zachary has the nerve to criticize the Twilight Zone, says James Caserta. Yeah, that's true. But you should watch his videos on the Sci-Fi Guy channel. Some of the episodes where he criticized them in his book, he talks about them more fondly now. So he as he's getting older himself, I guess he's starting to appreciate the Twilight Zone even more than before. And I think that's lovely. And of course, just making the book himself itself makes him an ultra super fan. So
Mhm.
I love Zachary. He's great. I was surprised they didn't put a bottle of Geritol on the dresser, even though it was introduced in 1950 and was a multivitamin and tonic for tired blood. Interesting. Burt Mustin was on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson in 1974. It's not like they're going to run the New York Marathon. Yeah. And the Eclectic Goat says the real life is that there is a reason people this different become friends. The exuberant friend keeps the other going. The cranky friend keeps the wild one out of jail. Yeah, it makes me think of Frog and Toad, and Ben is definitely the Toad in this situation. Okay, no. If you run, you gotta run till your lungs and heart explode, according to Ben. What? Oh, no. Yeah, he does mention you got old lungs. No.
Well, a way to keep them younger is to use them. Maybe not overdo it, but
True.
use what you
True.
got. Use it or
Keep
lose it.
keep moving, but don't get your heart rate up too high. So the only problem with Charles's plan is the nurse who's on night duty. So we get this hilarious callback from before where Mr. Cox was talking about the man who had the fireworks. Well, apparently Mr. Cox couldn't find all of his fireworks because he had another one.
Yeah, I heard it go off. Oh boy.
Yeah, that was funny. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. Explosives.
And
That might be a big no-no.
right. I guess I can understand that, but that's another point where their part of their childhood is still within them.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that part. So,
Yeah. Well, Cox
Miss
mentioned it earlier as a violation, and then setting it off there was almost like saying, giving the audience a little bit of something that's like, oh, well, maybe that one's not such a good idea. Inside.
well, it was the only way to distract her and so that they could get out the door and play.
Yeah.
And so everyone it was a great diversion. So everyone gets to leave, but now Ben is out of bed now. He wants to stop the fun. So he calls for Mr. Cox and they go outside, but they can't find anybody except for children playing at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And oh
But
no,
Ben remembers. Yeah.
Ben does remember what Charles looked like as a kid, but Charles doesn't remember.
No, because I guess his mind went back, and so.
Yeah. That's gonna be kind of a problem when he tries to go home. And he's not gonna find his parents at home. That's the only
Well,
thing that I think about this episode.
well,
It's gonna
the thing
where
is,
are
it's
these
the
kids going?
Twilight Zone. They run off into the woods and fade away. Who knows where they went?
Oh yeah. And is that what you think well, and FKHC does call it kick the bucket. So maybe he thinks that they did die and they just had a nice joyful game as kids for a couple hours and
Where
then
they
they'll
ran
fade
into
away.
the gentleman from last week, the raccoon hunter and his dog Rip.
Oh, right. And they go to they'll go directly to the right place. I don't think the Satan's gonna get his chance this time.
Oh no, you can't fool a kid.
No, not at all. So or else they all just end up in an orphanage somewhere. And then they go from one terrible, end of life home to a terrible beginning of life home.
Oh no.
But anyway, this is Ben, however, doesn't get this chance to play the game. He's his I think someone called him a curmudgeon his curmudgeoniness.
But
He left
he
him out.
no, but he regrets it. He's like, Charlie, take me with you.
Charlie, wait for me. Wait.
That's went into the forest is rotten apple.
No, Charlie. Look all you want, Mr. Cox. You won't find them.
Yep.
And then we get the closing narration. Sunnyvale Rest, a dying place for ancient people who have forgotten the fragile magic of youth. A dying place for those who have forgotten childhood, maturity, and old age are curiously intertwined and not separate. A dying place for those who have grown too still in their thinking to visit
Mm.
the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's a very good episode.
Mm. Yeah, so if you decide to stop living, you will get old. Uh, I guess.
Well, at any
And
rate, actively participating in life and continuing to push yourself at least makes the process better, I think, and more enjoyable.
yes, like you actually can't stop your biological clock unless you're in the Twilight Zone.
Well,
But you can keep active and keep doing stuff, and even if you're retired, still find something to do.
yeah, make it healthier, less problems.
Mhm. Don't be too sedentary, or that'll be
Yeah,
it.
that's I said the video game thing earlier, but I guess you got to couple that with going outside and doing a little bit of something. Gardening,
Right.
you know.
Mhm. Gardening's a good idea.
Mhm.
Oh, and the companion says George Clayton Johnson wrote this when he was only 32. So he had a good sense for
Yeah,
aging at a very young age.
impactful and something that everyone will have to deal with, at some point.
Definitely. Although I do wonder why Charles didn't realize, hey, I'm gonna have a grandchild. I could play with the grandchild, but I guess that
Well,
wasn't on his
maybe
mind.
he doesn't get to see him. The son won't take him home,
Oh. Oh, maybe he's too far away?
or the son just won't take him home.
Yeah, that's true. Right, right. He just wants to park on the side of the old folks' home.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he could bring him. Yeah, if he won't even take him out to eat, he's not going to bring the son, the grandchild.
Oh well. Well, and then you have the other thing where parents use the grandparents as babysitters, which is good in many ways, but perhaps the overuse.
Yeah, that is well, and I don't think Charles would be allowed that at the home. That would be a case where he'd have to bring him home if he wants to babysit. If
No
he needs
children
babysitting.
allowed.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
they make too much noise, noise, noise. It's, let's see. Dream World. Grumpy old men movies.
oh yeah, love that movie. It is, I guess, technically a Christmas movie, so
Hmm.
good time to revisit Grumpy Old Men coming up.
That kid was a punk 15 years early. Yeah, I was thinking about his hair. He needs a little bit of a haircut. Escape to Elysium, says James Caserta.
Yeah, that was last week.
Now all Ben needs to do is get the new old folk that come to believe him and play. Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. He saw the
That's
magic
true.
work, so he can recreate it. Yeah, I need to find stuff to do, not liking being retired. Yeah, I hope you find something fun.
Take up streaming.
Yeah, buy a microphone. Come join us. The eclectic goat says, my mom has said that she will just use retirement to do more stuff she wants, but she's never going to stop. Oh, that's good news.
That's good.
I used to play Kick the Cat. No, don't kick the
No,
cat, James Caserta. That's a bad game.
no.
The glove cleaner says, I'm 64 and my hair still hangs in my face too. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the question is, what do I wanna do? Yeah. Yeah, that's something yeah, it's gotta be something you want. Don't do something that's gonna feel like work, because at this
You've earned it.
fun.
You did work enough,
Mm.
or enough work. Time to work
Let's
for
move.
yourself.
Right. Well, it looks like we're ready to move on to A Piano in the House.
Okay.
Eric Tukes and Russell Collins. All of these actors too. Burt Mustin, a favorite of Larry Larry's, or at least he saw him everywhere, which was great.
And I remember in the closing, Serling didn't have the cigarette in this one.
Oh, that's important to point out. I
He
did
did
not
a
even notice that.
smoke-free closing to this episode.
Wild. I don't believe it. So this episode is called A Piano in the House. It first aired on February 16th, 1962.
Mhm.
It was written by Earl Hamner and directed by David Green. Too many of us don't figure out what we want to do until after we retire, and then it's too hard. Oh, man. Yeah. Do it while you can.
Find something, though.
That's an irony. Oh, I finally figured out what I want to do. Oh no, I can't do it. Sad.
Yeah.
So we had find a man. He's arrived in a store with some interesting artifacts. He's looking for the owner. This is the bottle episode, essentially, except for this being in the store. So, once you get to the apartment, that's where we stay for the rest.
Lots of faces.
Yeah, lots of masks. Yeah, no, and that's the symbolism of all the masks. All the masks are going to drop in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
Fitzgerald.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Fitzgerald finds the store owner and he says, I stepped through the door fully expecting to encounter some sentimental old biddy in an ostrich plumed hat and a moth-eaten feather boa. Instead, to my sincere delight, I seem to have discovered a misanthrope. So,
Yes, Gerald Fitzgerald Fortune, I think is his full name, and he's a critic. He's a theater critic, which means he thinks he knows everything, and he thinks he can label everybody.
yes, he can patronize everybody. That's his main objective. Cigarette sponsors would give Serling free cigarettes. Yeah, oh, I bet. So the shop owner feels like customers are a waste of time, which I wonder how he stays in business because he's not very kind to uh, customers either. But it's not like
Yeah.
Fitzgerald is giving him any reason to be kind to him.
Yeah. No, he just seems to want to dust things, and maybe the guy that's the collector that went into business as a store owner of collectibles, but he's more concerned about the collecting. And although
Well,
he's willing to part with the piano.
that's the thing. Is he acts like he doesn't like customer or he puts on a persona of being rude, but then when Fitzgerald asks for an old piano that can play itself and they actually play it and it starts it has an effect on the store owner
Mm-hmm.
and he becomes very sentimental, exactly like the old biddy that Fitzgerald thought that he was going to be.
Yeah.
And so he suddenly becomes very sweet and asking about his Fitzgerald's wife, and
Yeah,
he's
because
swooning over their romance.
you get an insight into Fitzgerald here because he asks for this piano. He's looking for a deal, because his wife wants to learn piano, and he's looking for a player piano because he doesn't think she can handle it. She's not going to be able to handle the lessons and stuff. And so let's get a player piano because it can play itself. And
Right, because he thinks that she'd be wasting her time trying to do something that she's not talented enough to achieve,
mm-hmm,
which is pretty messed up.
mm-hmm.
But the store owner is very nice and feeling good and like, oh, since it's for her birthday, I'll drop the price from 250 to 200. And
Well, he was under the influence.
yes, He was under the influence of the piano, which forced him to be his true self. And the song is "I'm in the Mood for Love," and it's played on the piano. And
Yeah,
that
and I was wondering, how does the piano choose who to affect? I was thinking at first maybe it's the choice of the person who puts in the piano roll, because later the wife does it. But here it was the store owner, I think, that put it in, and then he's the one that got affected. So it was, I don't know, maybe it's the piano's choice.
My goodness, trying to figure out the rules of the piano. I could not do it. I couldn't. I'd we're in the Twilight Zone is my only conclusion. I hate when that's the answer.
No, it
But
doesn't
they
ruin
also
it though.
no, it doesn't. Uh, it's still a really good episode. They do talk about the age gap. Obviously, Fitzgerald is much older than his
Mhm.
wife, who is 26. And so as soon as the music stops, he reverts back to the way he was before, completely annoyed by the customer.
Yep.
He made his sale despite himself.
But yeah, Fitzgerald noticed. He noticed the change. He's like, this is interesting.
Yes. I don't think he hasn't figured it out yet, but he will
Not
pretty soon.
totally, yeah. But he's intrigued. But at any rate, it's a piano that plays itself, so his wife doesn't have to worry about playing it.
Larry says one of these actors, one of those two actors, was it? Let's see. Oh, well, that's why I do this so that I can bring it up. Not that one, but this one. Is it Barry Morse or? Wait, gosh, I gotta take away the comment.
Barry Morse says, yeah, that
Or
says
Bill Coolidge. So the store owner is called Throckmorton, but Throckmorton is nowhere in the script. I don't know why was he named Throckmorton. What a name!
it's like those Star Wars characters that never got mentioned, but they're there and they have a name.
Mhm. So one of those two actors, Bill Coolidge or Barry Morse, played Lieutenant Gerard, who chased the fugitive, and he was the doctor on Moonbase Alpha in Space 1999.
Oh
Oh, and
wow.
that was Barry Morse.
Barry Morse. Oh, of course. I was like, well, that name's familiar. It's like, of course, it's Science Dude on Space 1999 for season 1.
Yeah.
All around Science Dude. Wow. It doesn't look like him. It's funny. But that would have
Yeah,
been
I was wondering.
that would be about, oh, what is it, about 13 years difference? Or no, no, no. Space 1999 was like 79, 80 when, yes, so it'd be like
75, it
17,
says.
18 years. Yeah.
Yeah, the fugitive was 63. Yeah, Fitzgerald is played by Barry Morse.
Good call there.
Hmm. Yeah, he was Dr. Victor Bergman
Bergman,
on and
yes. Yes,
there you
we
go
still do
on
Space
1999.
99 every few weeks on Earworms.
Yeah, I got to try that out. I've been meaning to, but I was trying to do UFO first, and then I never get back to UFOs.
Yeah, we're all
Might as
over
well
the
skip
place.
ahead. And of course, he did lots of TV
Mhm.
as well. And we get the opening narration. So let's go ahead and read that. Mr. Fitzgerald Fortune, theater critic and cynic at large, on his way to a birthday party. If he knew what is in store for him, he probably wouldn't go. Because before this evening is over, that cranky old piano is going to play those piano roll blues with some effects that could only happen in the Twilight Zone.
Just so you know, Jill, you still have the cast up. in case you wanted to
Oh,
know.
thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it. That's why I always need a co-host to remind me. I wasn't even looking at that screen because I got that screen really small. Thank you.
No
Oh,
problem.
and hello to Penny. Penny's here. Wayfair, busy with grandbaby. Very nice. That's a good day. Hello to Maggie.
Play kick the can.
Maggie. Play kick the can with the baby.
Well, it's a baby. I guess not.
Well, it depends if the baby can walk. Waiting for the UFOs. Yeah. Barry Morris was in the Martian Chronicles.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do like pianos. True. Jill never took a piano. No, I never took a lesson. I do like them, and I have like played a few simple songs, but who hasn't?
Yeah, I grew up playing saxophone, and to me, pianos, it's like whoa, melody, harmony at the same time. You're reading a top line, a treble clef staff, and a bass clef staff. One's for your right hand, one's for your left hand. It's like, oh, baby, multitasking galore.
I never bother with that, but I played the saxophone too.
Hmm.
I played the alto though.
Yeah, I did alto and tenor. I like tenor for jazz and alto for classical.
So yeah, so after this this was just a taste of his personality. After this, he gets even worse. He becomes quite the very terrible person. Just nothing. He's an asshole, basically. I
Well, he's
can't
a
think of a better word.
he's a theater critic, and I guess when you're so successful in that, you tend to think you know everything because you're judging everything's value. You're judging every actor's worth in the work and every creator's creation. Every playwright's creation and everything. But then we find out later, maybe the reason why he is the way he is.
Yes, what causes him to think that he is superior to everyone
Hmm.
is his own insecurities. But we'll
Hmm.
get there. We'll get there to the in the end. And that does make sense. Your job has an effect on your personal life.
Yeah. It,
And
yeah. I'll wait till we get to that point.
mhm, makes sense. So for now, though, Marvin has taken the delivery of the piano and he's even dusted it. And Fitzgerald is not appreciative of this work. He just says, Marvin, you got to fix your face. You're looking too miserable. And how is that? It was a little shocking. Like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, I did something good for you. Oh, also, you look terrible. Fix your face.
Yeah.
That's the
Do you
only
think you
one
could
I've
change
got.
that before the guests come?
And then he tells Esther that he wants to let Marvin go because he's too sad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we get our SAT word of the day, lugubrious.
Lugubrious. Yeah. He liked that word.
Lugubrious.
Yeah. And he likes vocab words. It's that feeling of superiority.
He definitely has that. And it means
Lugubrious.
looking sad or dismal.
Yeah. Can't just say you look dismal. Gotta say you look lugubrious.
Yeah, he's our villain protagonist. He's both. We didn't need them to be separated.
A tragic figure.
Hmm. Looks as if he's going to burst into tears at any moment. Surely, at least we can have a servant who's cheerful to have around. And
And
Esther
yeah,
said, "There's no need to hurt his feelings." And Fitzgerald says he has no feelings. The man's a clod. Like he's right there. He's right, like
I
2
know.
feet away.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So,
So he's not afraid to talk about the guy right in front of him, especially with wanting to fire him and hurling insults at him.
yeah. Well, he's played by Marvin is played by Cyril Delavanti. So that's his name. And Barry Morse says the glove cleaner was also in a remake of The Weird Tailor in the horror anthology movie Asylum.
Hmm.
Earl Hamner created the Waltons TV series and was the narrator. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that last week because the episode that we were reviewing was a preliminary precursor to the Waltons. The characters were similar.
Hmm.
I need to walk the dogs, but man, all I want to do is take a nap. Gosh. Well, I guess, yeah, the dogs do need to be taken care of, but naps
Do
are
both.
so good. Yeah, yeah, dogs first and then take a nap with the dogs. Smithers. Okay, James Caserta. I don't know why you said that. Oh, he's okay, maybe. Interesting.
Hmm.
So he isn't much nicer to his wife either, as you mentioned
No.
before already. He buys her a self-playing piano instead of just a regular piano because he doesn't trust her to enjoy a real one. I don't know.
Makes you wonder why she married him in the first place.
Well, and she explains it too very soon
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, he's and this isn't the first time I think that he's treated her this way. He's caused a lot of emotional
Mm-hmm.
abuse towards Esther, where
Well,
he insults her.
the piano's playing, and everyone
Yeah.
looks happy, including, is it Melvin or Martin?
Marvin, yeah.
Marvin. It's a combination of the two.
Yeah, he's listening to the music and the music is affecting him. So they play the piano and it brings him joy. Like he acts like he's sad, but in actuality, he's laughing. He finds Fitzgerald very funny, and everybody's laughing.
Yeah, he even said, yeah, I know that you're like that, but I can find joy in it, or something to that effect.
Mhm. So despite what
Uh-oh.
he looks like, he's actually
Could you go back one slide there?
sure.
I like that. Look at that. It's like almost like a demon face, but from another culture, maybe like Polynesian or whatever, right
Yeah,
there above the
it
wall.
definitely gives the piano more personality.
Yep. And it's sticking the tongue out.
And the song that plays to make the butler smile is called Smiles,
Hmm.
funnily enough. And then when he leaves, they play another song called Saber Dance.
Yeah, the
And this
Kachikurian saber dance.
and this causes Esther uh, to reveal what she's been thinking this whole time about Fitzgerald. I was a stupid child when I married you. I
Hmm.
thought you were a great man, but you aren't. You're just a sadistic fiend. You take pleasure in humiliating me in front of your clever friends. You
Mm-hmm.
enjoy hurting me. I've stood your cruelty for 6 years and I can't stand it anymore. It's a great relief to tell you what I really think about you. I've kept it bottled up for so long. I thought you needed me. I thought you needed my love. But you don't. You just need someone to bully and to torture when you feel like it. I tried to love you. Heaven knows I did. But I hate you. And
Right.
this doesn't bother Fitzgerald whatsoever.
No. He looks at it clinically, almost like he's analyzing her. But he's a
Mhm.
theater critic, so it is an analysis.
He's almost
Oh,
delighted to hear his wife be so candid. But
yeah,
you're
because
right, yeah.
it's a secret coming out, and it's almost like, this is the key to this character. This is your character motivations.
And now he knows what the piano is doing,
Mm-hmm.
and he can't wait for the party.
Let's try it on this guy.
Hmm. And of course,
He does get a
Esther
surprise.
Esther doesn't want him to do this, but
Uh-uh.
it happens anyway. Okay, dogs and short nap. I hope short anyway. I'll either be back in 20 minutes or I utterly failed to stop at nap and gone into full on sleep. Well, you can always walk later. It's up to you. It's your life. We'll see what happens.
It's
To
your
be yeah.
life. It's now or never. I'm not gonna live forever. Okay. Sorry. No Bon Jovi allowed.
Actually, I did think of that song too. And the eclectic, yeah, so we'll stay tuned to the eclectic goat. We'll see what happens with her story. If she doesn't return, we know she enjoyed a nap.
Well, she deserves one.
Definitely.
I'm sure she's got to get up early.
Right. Lots of responsibilities. She doesn't only take care of dogs. I think she has other animals too, especially
Meh.
yeah, goats. So yes, then we turn over to Greg. Greg is at the party early, asking for some scotch, and he's acting like he's happy being a bachelor because he gets to work on his play and not have the distractions of a lady.
That'll change.
Yeah. So then Fitzgerald shows Greg the piano and plays him a piece. And he plays him the song that he gets is called These Foolish Things.
Mm.
And what follows is rather foolish. He begins to confess his love for Esther, right at husband himself. And not just that, it's just that they actually met each other in
Yeah.
Mexico.
Oh, yeah. Well,
They had a rendezvous.
it wasn't exactly planned, but they did collide like stars.
And he gave well, no, I think it was planned.
Oh,
I think he does say, "Oh, I ran into her." But I think it was planned because he bought a present for her.
oh,
He
that's
had
right.
a
Yeah, the wife said to him, Esther said to Fitzgerald that, "Oh, I didn't know he was going to be there and everything like that." But then the other guy underneath the truth serum, I guess, says more. And
yes. He says, "I once gave her a small ring, a turquoise ring. She accepted it as if it were the Hope diamond." And he really appreciates her in a way that Fitzgerald never will. He can actually feel love for her, unlike Fitzgerald. And he has a very strong romantic center that he
Mhm.
hides from everybody. And
Yeah.
Fitzgerald isn't surprised by this either. He says, "Oh, I knew she must have been doing sordid things. I just didn't know the details."
Mhm.
So this is fine with him.
Wow.
Then we get
Doesn't even hurt
Marge.
him.
No, not at all. Well, and this is his mask. We gotta wait a while to see that fall. So Marge arrives. She has a present. She's upset that Greg doesn't call her anymore.
Yeah.
And well, and Fitzgerald being a jerk's like, "Oh, you said you were gonna lose some weight, but you're still fat." He didn't say it like that, but that's exactly what he means. But it doesn't bother her. She has a great love of life anyway.
I'm sorry.
I'd like
I forgot what it said on cast for the name of this actress that plays that Esther.
who plays Esther?
Yeah.
Let's see. She's played by Joan Hackett.
Okay.
Mhm. Joan Hackett. I had a little thing. So Joan Hackett was in a lot of things, obviously. She was in, I don't know a lot of this stuff. The Group, Will Penny, Support Your Local Sheriff. I don't know any of that. The Terminal Man. But she did win an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress
Oh,
and a recipient of a Golden Globe for Only When I Laugh. It's a 1981 movie. They Toby Lindow.
that would have been 19 years later.
And lots of other awards. Like she did a lot of stuff. Gosh, Golden Globes too.
Support your local sheriff. Was that a PSA?
I'm not sure. I never saw it. But it's Marge's turn to listen to some music. Oh, goodness. I was trying to get to my notes. Back to where I was.
No worries.
Marge is played by Landers? Oh, I didn't get her first name. Gosh. Here you are. Muriel Landers. There you are.
Yes. You could definitely tell that she has a musical background. As in musicals.
Well, yeah, definitely. When we see her dancing, that's very obvious. She has a sense of rhythm. And everybody's joining the party now. That's actual party time. And she's having fun. She does a lot of self-referential humor. She's enjoying the hors d'oeuvres. But we see that this exterior where she is, she pretends to be happy about everything.
She's like a social butterfly, but that's protecting something as well.
That's protecting her her true desires, which are revealed when the piano plays Claire de Lune, and it shows her as wanting to be a thin ballerina. And she loves to dance.
Yes, and she begins dancing around almost like a child would, and the other guests are laughing.
Yes, they're laughing at her, definitely.
But Fitzgerald, I think he tries to hush them a little bit, but not because he's concerned for her, but because he's like, I'm studying this.
Well, and that's when everybody else stops laughing, is when he starts laughing, because they realize that she wasn't just, because they're used to her joking all the time, but this time it's not her who's joking. She's the one being made a fool of. And because of the music, revealing her deepest secrets. And so at least the party guests have the good sense to stop laughing at that moment when they realize that she's not joking with what she's just revealed. So they go from that.
And she speaks then, I don't think it's just yet, but she's about to speak about, her deepest desires, that she feels like she's a snowflake, a perfect snowflake that can fall in the hand of a man, I guess a handsome man, and then melt in the palm of his hand, and really sensitive stuff.
That she wants to be loved. And so, yeah, the piano always just affects one person at a time. And so Esther is trying to get Fitzgerald to stop using the piano, but he won't. He wants to keep using it. And so the only act of defiance she can conjure at this moment is to not use the piece of music he gave her, but to pick a different piece of music than the one he told her to add. And this will reveal that Fitzgerald is the most immature of them all. And this was it's just a coincidence that it actually ends up being the one that crushes him. And this is Bram's lullaby.
So I guess it's the music that you play that determines who gets affected. And she had a feeling that this one would affect him. That
I
might
don't
be
know if
yeah, it wasn't obvious in the story, like who gets affected, like what determined that. But maybe that's it. Maybe it's the piece of music itself. It latches on to who relates most to that theme or whose hidden story relates to that theme. Because she may be loading it and, um, but it's not the person loading it that really gets the determination because originally the store owner loaded it. But I guess it's what he loaded that sought him out. And here she's
eh,
thinking, hey, this piece might really get him, might get Fitzgerald. So that's why she picked it.
maybe that's not made clear in the story if she chose the piece deliberately or not.
Hmm. And
She
they
I think
didn't
she was
announce the pieces in the story either. You just kind of need to recognize them to know them.
yes. Or be able to search because I searched these uh, to make sure I knew what they were.
Well, at that time period, some of them were more standard, and
Mhm.
except for the saber dance, which
And
is
yeah, so
classical music repertoire. So
this is revealing his Fitzgerald's fears and his anguishes, and that he actually can't love. He's not capable of loving, and this is a revelation to Esther about him.
yeah, I mean, he just says that. Well, it makes him speak the truth, and he says that the reason why he is the way he is because he's afraid of people. He's afraid of everybody there, and his defense mechanism is to attack them. To be, I guess, the instigator, so you're not on the defense. And by doing that, he kind of like makes people stand off from him, and it keeps him protected. And
Yeah, as long as
he says to the guy that had the affair with his wife that you had some plays, and I would purposefully critique them harder, because it was you, and I wanted to make you unhappy.
yeah, and just his deliberate humiliation of people helps him get through his fear of others. And Marge notices him as a poor, frightened kid.
Hmm.
And tell us your secret, Jerry, says Greg. And so Fitzgerald says he's afraid of people, as you said. And did you know that I envied you, Marge? I can't embrace the world as you do. And in my envy, I released that frightened child inside of me, and I let him hurt you. And also what she said about Greg. Yes, he also did that to his plays. And so now Marge is sees this. She's seen how pathetic he is and how childish she is. And instead of trying to retaliate against the pain that he made her reveal, she just says, "You know what? Let's just get out of here." And they do.
Yeah.
And he has the biggest tantrum. If there was only one clip I would have gotten, it would have been for this moment where he throws things around.
Yeah, because like narcissists like him are
Uh-oh.
also energy vampires, and it's the biggest attack that can be leveled to them is just someone saying, okay, you're not worth it. You know, I'm not going to let myself be bothered by you.
I need just a minute.
Okay. So let's see here. Anybody in the chat? I'm not great at reading chat. I have a bit of a vision problem, but I shall endeavor to do so. Well, duh. He was sleeping with his wife, yes. Well, yeah, that's one thing. If you have that issue where you have such a fear of people and you decide to put on a tough exterior where you're on the attack all the time, almost like the bully principle, definitely it is a bit of narcissism, but unlike the story of Narcissus, who was a Greek figure who fell in love with himself, fell in love with his own image staring into the waters of a pond. Um, it was someone falling in love with himself, but the classic narcissist this day and age has a lack of self-love, at least of the pure kind. It may be some sort of perverted love that forces them to be so driven by self-interest and everything. But in this case, it's not a pure love. It's not a healthy love of oneself. It's more of like something, in this case, a desire to protect oneself, an unhealthy desire to protect oneself so that you become on the attack, the instigator, attack people before they get a chance to come after you. But it comes from a source of shall we say, an unhealthy love of oneself. And you become somewhat of an energy vampire. Like you need to have these people running away, or you need to have these people on the defensive. That's the energy you feed off of. And of course, the biggest fear then comes at that point when your attempts don't work and people just say, okay, you're just a frightened child. I'm not going to bother with you. It's not worth my efforts to deal with you. And so that's the biggest threat to a narcissist like Fitzgerald.
Oh wow, well said. Thank you for that while I was away.
No problem.
That's a brilliant psychological analysis of this guy. I I think I'd known people like that. It's very important not to feed what they want. They do want to get a rise out of you.
Well,
And
and
that's
hopefully
all the love they feel. That is really sad.
and maybe over time it will hopefully cause them to do some introspection.
Yes. I want to find his tantrum. I'm gonna play his tantrum if I can.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and yeah, there is that hope that they can find help. Of course, that is very empathetic of you, also.
Well, you don't want people to be in their prisons of suffering for long.
Mm.
Even if people seem to deserve it, it's still like there's a point where it's like, okay, that's enough suffering. Hopefully, healing can occur.
Yes.
So let me see.
So everybody leaves. All right, I am gonna play this. See if we... Oh yeah, and Esther gets to leave with Greg. Greg gives her an escape route.
Yep. I wonder what they're going to be doing next.
I don't know. Maybe they're going back to Mexico.
Mexico. I don't hear any audio, just so you know.
Okay, maybe can and just that's well and good anyway. I don't want to get copyright claim. It's very
Okay.
dangerous to do this, but I wanted to get his tantrum.
I'm going to be very naughty.
Oh, yeah, this is good too. Where Marvin comes in and says, he says, "Don't laugh at me," and Marvin says, "You're just not very funny anymore."
Yeah.
I gotta be careful.
I know. Got to do it little bit by little bit.
Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing, Mr. Fortune. You're not funny anymore.
That's it. That's what I needed. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me being able to
Yeah.
go get that.
Yeah. Yeah, his fear may be being laughed at and everything, but it's like, no, it's not funny.
Well, he wanted to humiliate everybody, and he did it to himself. He got his
Mhm.
own. He got his own trick handed back to him,
Yes, indeed.
and
And
we had a major tantrum.
and
I
it
love
looks
that
like he
tantrum.
officially lost his wife in the process.
Yes. Yeah, he definitely lost her. Well, he told her he doesn't love her.
Mm-hmm.
He can't love.
You cannot love another until you're able to love yourself in a healthy way.
Mhm.
Barry Morse.
Very Morse. Yeah, really well done. I liked his performance
Oh yeah.
because he starts off just criticizing everybody, deriding everyone, and then it reveals why he behaves that way.
In the profession, that choice is probably related. Now, I'm not saying that all people that choose to critique art, or in this case, drama, plays, theater, are doing it for any bad reasons. Maybe it's a real love for the craft, but in this case, it wouldn't have been the case with him. It would be really just to get one up on other people, having
Yeah.
that position of authority where you speak from a voice of authority. And I wouldn't say all critics are like that, but certainly some are.
This one does definitely. Yeah, definitely puts himself up on a pedestal as if he's the one who is telling everyone else the way things are. And here's
Hmm.
the closing narration. Mr. Fitzgerald Fortune, a man who went searching for concealed persons and found himself in the Twilight Zone. But at least it's a happy ending for Esther and Greg.
Hmm.
They're gonna get to go do stuff.
And we mean see the world.
Yeah, see the world. That's what we mean. Yeah, that's all we mean.
Well, that was enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for joining me talking about these episodes. I'm glad,
No,
and I appreciate what you had to offer.
I'm happy to. Now that I know the schedule a bit better, I'd be happy to join you anytime.
Yeah, anytime you want. There might be other people other times, but you're
Hmm.
welcome to join anytime you want. You like the episodes, and you can just pick and choose your favorite ones you want to be on for. It doesn't have to be every week
Well,
or anything.
it
Just
sounds like
whenever
you've
you want.
done season 1, season 2, and now you're on season 3. So,
Yeah, next week is To Serve Man. Oh yeah, I should read the next two. But anyway, that episode, I think I like it very much. The rules of the piano are a little bit iffy. It seems like if somebody is under the influence of the song, you could ask them any question and they have to be truthful.
hmm yeah, that's clear. It's just how does it determine who's affected? But I think it's probably just the piece of music, and it connects with whoever's story, you know, is
Mhm.
affected by the theme of that music the most.
Yes. And if you're just joining us, the store owner was revealed to be sentimental when he pretends like he's cynical, and the butler pretends to be sad, but he's actually very happy all of the time. And Esther pretends to be a wife who is okay with everything that Fitzgerald does to her, even when he's really mean to her. But deep down, she hates her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg pretends to be a happy bachelor, but really he's very sentimental, sensitive, and romantic, and loves Esther. And they get their happy ending. And Marge pretends she's happy to be herself, but she actually secretly does want to lose some of that weight. It is tough. I have some of that feeling myself. And Fitzgerald himself is he's just a sad little boy in the body of a near 50-year-old here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his is the most tragic story of all. Those are the
Mhm.
harder things to overcome. Esther
Definitely.
can simply just move on with her life, and so can Greg. Marge, maybe it's just a little bit more, you know, self-love and stuff, but everyone
Yeah, yeah,
recoiled
those are
away
the
from
2.
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald and Marge are the 2 characters who are shown to revert to a sort of childlike mentality when they're shown their true selves. But Marge is the one who is actually a good person. She's very
Mhm.
kind and empathetic. Even though she has a problem with herself, she loves the world, she loves life, and so she can recover. But Fitzgerald will have a lot tougher time of it. Phantom Outsider is talking about a mushroom salt soup? Mushroom white
Wow.
pepper? Fried
Cream
shallots?
of mushroom does sound good.
Wow. I don't think I've ever had homemade cream of mushroom. That sounds really good. Let's see what else the chat is saying now that we finished the episode. I can read these, and then I'm going to read the previews for next week's story in just a minute.
Mhm.
Well, duh, he was sleeping with his wife. Gee, why would I not like the guy sleeping with my
Well, he
Yeah, but
didn't
the thing
know.
is
He didn't know, and I think he was critical of the guy's plays and work, as he said when he had the truth piano experience, was that it's because he wanted to make him unhappy. He didn't really know that he was sleeping with his wife. He just you know wanted to be a prick to him no matter what.
Mhm. Yeah, he's especially upset at people he's jealous of.
Hmm.
And how is that a failing on his part, not liking Greg? Well, he didn't like Greg before he knew about the affair, like, Wayfair just said.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't act, too upset about it. "Hello, humans and other critters. Hello, Snortopoopus, Q Bird. Great to see you."
That's a great name.
Mm. Oh, and John the Beagle Dad is here too. Hello, everyone. Yeah, John the Beagle Dad has a dog named Porthos, and yes, after the dog from Star
Ah,
Trek Enterprise.
very nice.
Mhm. Jill lives dangerously. Really? I hope so. I guess it'd be good if I do take some risks. According to the first episode, I should take a few risks
Living
to
on the
serve
edge.
to serve man. Nom nom nom. Oh no, Sort of Poopus. You got to be here next week.
Yeah, now I got Aerosmith's "Living on the Edge" in my head.
Nice. As a piano man, I relate, says Tony. Hmm.
Sing us
Oh,
a
very good.
song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. I don't want to get you a copyright. There we
Uh, well, I appreciate the brief interlude.
go. Yeah, you're standing by. Are you going to reference music all the time? Sorry, I am a musician.
I do. No, I do appreciate that. And my other co-host randomly sings too, so actually I'm used to this.
Okay, good.
Daddy R37 likes to sing too. and just brief snippets too. I do appreciate that. And the glove cleaner says, "Did this stream start as the Star Trek stream?" No, it didn't. It wasn't. I try to mention Star Trek as much as I can, but there were no Star Trek actors, sadly, today in the
Space
program.
1999, Barry Morse.
Yes, we had Space 1999. That's the closest we got.
And I didn't notice it, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So here are the previews for next week's episodes.
Are we supposed to be hearing or seeing something?
Oh, sorry about that. I should have been talking. I don't know when I stopped talking. So here are the previews for next week's episodes. A symbol of a sad but rather commonplace event. An impressive funeral. The deceased laid out in a most acceptable manner, but in this case, at the last moment, deciding that in matters concerning the trip to the great beyond, perhaps this trip wasn't necessary. You'll see it next week on the Twilight Zone when we present Montgomery Pittman's The Last Rites of Jeff Myrtlebank. So that's the first episode. The second one we'll be covering is this one. Next week, we burrow deep into the most inner confines of Kookland and hopefully wind up dead center of the odd. We'll bring you a story called To Serve Man, written originally by Damon Knight. Now, if you've ever wondered how we'd react to the arrival of some honest to Pete saucers, next week's diet should be your meat on the Twilight Zone.
They spoke differently in the 60s.
Yeah, that was a little difficult to read. Sterling, what is wrong with you? His opening narrations are always better than his previews.
Honest to Pete. I
Honest
like that
Pete.
phrase.
So we do have a poll in the chat. Which episode did you like better? Did you like Kick the Can better or A Piano in the House? I like both episodes very much, but I think Kick the Can resonates and is more relatable.
Well, both are good, but the second one is more of like a psychological study, intriguing and stuff. But Kick the Can was a little bit more delightful because they did, they were able to transition to their youth. And at any rate, it ends with a very kind of like positive feeling, at least for them. Poor Ben.
It's a bittersweet. Yeah, it's bitter for Ben.
That's the sad pill there.
Yes, agreed completely. It's a cookbook. No, it's a cookbook. Oh goodness!
Is that from Lady from the Water?
Well, It's a Cookbook is from the next week's episode from To Serve Man.
Okay.
Well, spoilers for next week.
No, it's Lady in the Water, the M. Night Shyamalan film, which is one of his better ones, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I really threw things off the rails.
No, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I'll have to look into that. I don't know. But let's look at the poll. Let's see how the poll's doing.
30
I appreciate when people go off the rails because it allows me to check on things and check on other things. Like as you know, multitasking is important.
Well, here we have 30-cent burgers made from people. Wow, is that? I'm thinking
okay,
Toilet Green and South Park.
Well, Gavin is referring to the recurring appearance of signs that I find all over the Twilight Zone of 30-cent burgers or 20-cent pies, all of these foods that cost a ridiculously low amount of money.
Well, it was worth more then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like Kick the Can is well and truly our victor.
True. Yeah, 76%. That's an incredible win landslide there. Just ordered fried shots. Oh my god. Versace soup. Oh, goodness. That sounds good. I don't know why we're getting Phantom Outsider just wants to make us hungry.
Yeah. Well, it's
It's
working.
a polar bear. 2 for Myrtle Banks becomes a polar bear. And Canna Bites are just polar bears in disguise.
Wow.
I don't think I'd be singing if I got hot for a cappella songs. Okay, Tony.
Wow.
Phantom Outsider says Ben was asking for it. He ratted on his best friend. You are supposed to support your best friend. He's got a body. You get the shovel. Oh my god. Snortopoopus. Or Snortopoopus to get rid of the body. Phantom. Savage.
Well, he did rat on his friend.
He did. He did. Ugh. So that's the episodes of the Twilight Zone. I hope you enjoyed
Yeah, I
listening
enjoyed
to
watching
us
them.
talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for doing the homework, watching them.
No
That's all
problem.
you got to do. And you did incredible. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And thanks to everyone in the chat. Let's see who we had in the chat today. I love this top fans thing, mostly because I can just look here to find everybody who was
Ah,
here.
wow.
Yeah, so you go to top fans, you click on top fans, and you can see everybody who showed up.
That's in one of the chat box.
Yeah,
Like,
it has a little crown next to it. It says
yeah,
top
I saw
fans.
those appear like a couple months ago.
And I
Figured
was like,
those.
what is this useful for? It just tells me who types the most.
Yes, it's to encourage chatters to engage in friendly competition with each other.
But it also, I like to thank everybody who was here, so it also
Yeah.
gives me a list of people who were here. So I want to thank Gorilla's Random Thoughts and Penny, who hopefully is still playing with her grandson. And John the Beagle Dad. I hope Porthos is doing well. And Brogu was here earlier. Snortopoopus just got here. And thank you for stopping by to Matt G. Also known as, you will see him in the chat as Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swift. He's a
That's,
yes, he is a Swift fan. Yes.
yeah, that's crouching. Wow. That's very visual.
It is. Well, he likes to paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
FKHC 2005 was here. Thank you so much for spending some time with us on your day off. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day off. Greek Letters Larson, thanks for hanging out with us. You're always fun. And the Eclectic Goat, good to see you.
Yeah, she's
And
great.
hope that the nap or the walk or both or one went well. Yeah, she is great. I've got to go back on her channel again sometime, and she needs to come online. Larry, thank you for being with us. The Wayfair Project, of course, thank you for being in the chat. That's you.
Larry,
Yeah,
Bowberry, Banana Fairy, Faux Fairy. Larry.
Eli, Bo Mary. James Caserta, thanks for being here. It's always good to see you. I don't read everything you say, but I do appreciate everything every time you're here. And David Jones, otherwise known as Kimberly Ann Hart, thank you for hanging out.
Wow, that's a
Easy.
secret right there.
I know. Well, YouTube has been revealing secrets too, just like the piano.
Down in Davy Jones's locker.
TZ61, thank you for joining us, the glove cleaner. And here we have our top 3. And here are our top 3 in the top fans. Tony Stark of Iron and is number 3. Number 2 is Gavin Blackburn.
Awesome.
And number 1, which isn't surprising, Phantom Outsider has been typing a lot today. Thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Yes, thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Oh, get hit, not hot. Okay. If I got hit. Oh, okay. You meant the copyright strikes. Okay, got you. Okay, now that makes more sense.
I don't know.
I thought you just I figured if you felt that way about songs, then it makes sense why you sing. Please put in subtitles for this Star Trek English.
Star Trek
Okay.
English. I don't know. Have we been speaking in
Chat,
Star
show
Trek
name.
parlance?
I don't remember. I don't know if that happened or not.
I know Serling was writing in bizarre terms, but that wasn't Star Trek.
It's a saying, Jill. It's not like you actually do that. Not that anyone alive knows anyway. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's always some things people say on streams, and then the chat comes up like a little while later, and you're wondering, what did I say?
I'm not sure what happened there
Yeah.
exactly. But I do want to know, Wayfair, what's coming up with you this week? What are you up to?
Well, actually, we're trying something a little different on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Istophobos, Mike Gorley, and I are going to do. We're going to be talking about the album by Rush, 2112. Getting back to some musical stuff, and then on Sunday, Earworms, we're doing UFO again. We selected Computer Affair as the episode that is a logical follow-up to the first episode identified. We're not going in the broadcast order. And in fact, there's 5 different recommended orders for UFO, but we're going with Computer Affair, and it's like a logical second episode to watch for folks who are interested in checking out the series.
I'm glad you reconsidered not doing broadcast order because that gets confusing. And I know there are lots of choices, so I hope you pick a good one. And that's a good one. Yeah, that's the second one. That's the way I go to. I go in prod order.
It's logical because it looks like a second attempt at trying to understand the aliens that are coming into UFOs. And I should say second attempt because they once again don't succeed.
Yeah, I don't know how busy I'm going to be this week, but I'll let you know if I want to join
Oh,
on
that's
that one 'cause
awesome.
I love
Yeah, we'd
UFO
love
very
to have
much.
you, but it's not a requirement either way.
Yes, I'm gonna try, but I do have a busy week. So far, so good. Yeah, I do love UFO, but not especially when cats get torn apart. Oh no,
No.
that episode's so sad. The poor cat.
No, but this episode is going to brings up the whole dilemma about human decision making and computer data driven decision making, and maybe some of Straker's faults.
And how Straker is kind of a computer too.
Mm-hmm.
And Glove Cleaner says you should open that episode with "Waiting for the UFOs" by Graham Parker. Well, UFO already has a rad theme song.
Oh yeah, I couldn't. I had to cut it out from the first one, even though I only played like a phrase.
Oh man, that's so sad.
YouTube's.
But you could at least some of you guys were singing it a cappella. Hopefully that
Yeah. Well, it's one theme throughout every episode. It's one theme. They just transform that theme. Barry Gray did a great job, with the score, and basically that theme is transformed all sorts of different ways, depending on the scene and what's going on. But everything, of course, has got that 70s vibe to it. You can't take the time period out of the music, but it's cool. It's rocking.
Yeah, it's so jazzy. It's so cool. So this week, on Thursday, I'm going to have a shore leave where we just talk about whatever we want to talk about and just have fun, mostly pop culture related stuff.
What time is that?
And that is 11 a.m. Central Time
Oh, okay.
on
Same.
Thursday.
Yeah.
And
You first. No, you. After you.
oh no, we're the gophers from that Looney Tunes. So definitely, yeah, you're welcome on that too.
No,
Anytime
that
you
would be
see
fun.
that stream, if you see a StreamYard link in one of the groups you're in with me, then that means that you're invited.
All right.
That's usually that.
Sounds great. If it doesn't work, just email me again.
Okay. Yeah, I emailed because Twitter was having a time today. It
Yeah.
kept crashing, and there was some kind of problem with their cloud server, and I guess it's kind of an outage, kind of a nationwide thing.
Yeah, they've been happening more recently lately. A lot of Amazon web server outages and stuff too.
Yeah, apparently it was Cloudflare, something
Mm.
like that. And then on Friday, the reason why I'm having a shore leave on Thursday is because on Friday I'm going to be I'm going to be on with Northern English Bastard, and we're going
Oh,
to talk about Demolition Man, and that's going to be really great. I
yeah,
can't
he's
wait.
fun.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about those 3 she shells and all that. Then on Saturday, oh, it's usually I like to do Saturday night, but we're gonna do Saturday morning. So Saturday at noon, we're going to talk about inner space, and I'm gonna talk about that with Tony from Stark of Iron, who's in the chat right now.
Mm.
Subscribe to Tony. He's really cool. And so we're gonna have fun with that. I guess he couldn't do it later in the night, which is when I usually have my Saturday shows. So if I'm feeling crazy, maybe I'll do something at night too,
Yeah.
but I have no idea. You know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't, and I'll prepare something for UFO and be on with you on Sunday.
Okay, that'd be great.
Hmm. What if you have no idea as to what is pop culture today? Wow. I'll get more we can talk about that on Thursday.
Well, you always these types of things like characterizing generations or movements and what time periods mean usually happens after the fact, not while you're in it.
Mhm.
You can notice some trends and stuff, but it's hard to piece it together.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, and I have a whole channel about it. But for now, I guess we're gonna let you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again next Tuesday for in the Twilight Zone.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you in the future.
Learn all that is learnable.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, It's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.
I've never heard that before.
When my boy was born, that was magic. Friendship is a magic thing.